I don't understand.
Did they forget to come or what?
Hey, we did everything we could to make sure people get here.
Did we?
I can't understand this.
The villagers say the chief threatened to place a curse on whoever attends the rally.
So what do we do now?
Umar,
have you ever thought of the possibility that we might lose this election?
Of course I have. But I have thought of the possibility of us winning too. And that's good enough for me.
You know, up until now, it never occurred to me that we could lose. I thought all we had to do was convince the people of our policy and what we stood to do for Nigeria. I never considered the option of them not listening to us and probably not even voting.
maybe we should just go home.
No. We will not pack our bags.
What do? Wait till the chief turns the curse into a blessing?
If the people will not come to us, I will go to them.
News from Obi. Boma wants to come to the studio to give a live broadcast.
What for?
She wants to come and clear the issue about this pregnancy thing.
So what are you waiting for?
I'm on it.
You do not need to be intimidated. By your traditional leaders or anyone else. You have the right to vote. You are significant to Nigeria's moving forward. You are a citizen of this great country. You are a member of the Nigerian family. And you have what it takes to achieve the best and be the best.
So, are you a believer again?
Sure am.
In the last 24 hours, I have heard several comments from the media. A woman cannot be president of Nigeria. Women should not be given serious jobs. I even heard one. Yes, women can go to Aso Rock as long as it's to the kitchen. One thing has been made clear. Prejudices against women still persists in Nigeria at every level of society. Let me make it clear that Boma Pepple is not pregnant. That rumor was started from a non-factual tabloid report, followed by a fake doctor who was obviously employed by my detractors. I kept hoping that Nigerians will deal with this issue from the human perspective, rather than from the angle of gender. I have since discovered that nothing has changed. The Nigerian woman still faces prejudice in their homes, from their families, from the society. They are not allowed to be who they want to be, simply because they've been born a different sex. So many women have visions they will never materialize. They have dreams that they will never achieve. And this is the reason why Boma Pepple will still continue to run for the presidency. So that when I get into government, I will be able to improve the situation of women's rights in Nigeria. And a day will come when no person will be treated unfairly simply because they were born a woman. So that when little Chima, who I saw on TV, wants to become the president, she will not be faced by a wall of prejudice, but she will be given equal and fair opportunity. I am Boma Pepple. I'm a woman. and I am still running for the office of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Maybe we should start heading for the table right now because I'm very hungry. Very famished. I wonder how long it will take the others to calm down.
Enough is enough, Yomi. We're going to do this interview right now. I do not understand why a PR will be so invasive about getting the chance to publicize his client.
Just because I'm a PR person, Obi, doesn't make me love the spotlight, all right? I do the thinking parts, but I hate the cameras.
I might just have to remind them of the deal she made with TM.
And what's a pretty angel like you doing in a place like this? Morality is not the doctrine of how we make ourselves happy, but how we make ourselves worthy of happiness.
Will you stop quoting my lawyer accounts and get out of my way?
Mom, I'm waiting.
I'll be with you shortly. Just go on ahead, please.
Hurry up, okay?
All right. Just tell them I'm having my usual.
All right. Be quick.
Thank you. Can I help you?
I'm here to warn you.
Excuse me?
Do you know Angelo Sokon? You better do what his people want, or else you'll be reading your story in the newspapers.
What story?
About you giving birth to me when you were 22 and abandoning me.
So what do you think?
Seemed alright.
The part about the future of Nigeria being linked to global business while we...
While we look into the future of our people, we should not forget to be in harmony with the rest of the world. That was a mouthful.
You remembered my speech?
I typed it. When someone as organized as you are, your handwriting is atrocious.
Yeah. What about the speech? I know it felt smart when I was writing it, but as I listened to Umar give it, I couldn't help but wonder, what are we doing telling a bunch of university kids about global economy?
Global investment flows into our local economy, providing millions of jobs. You think they don't care what happens after then?
Brother, children these days are more intelligent than when we were kids.
All the same, I don't know about you guys, but me, I had fun on the Plateau campus. And I think those students got the message. I believe they'll go out to vote. What do you think, guys?
Yeah.
Next on the agenda.
Today, 7 storm speeches around Jos Town. We'll be moving like a storm. Meetings today with Jos Traders Union, the Miners Union, and different town unions, including your hometown people. And a couple of guys who call themselves Friends of Jos.
This town will know that we came around.
It had better, after all the time it took us to make up our minds to come here.
Well, I think with our work of yesterday and today, they will forget that Boma people was ever in this town.
I'm concerned about Port Harcourt, though. Sika, can you work out the schedule for Port Harcourt and start work on the speeches? And Ajala, I want you to make sure our guys out there are working very hard to prepare the rally ground for us. Sure. If I am going into Boma People's town, I want to be sure I'm fully ready for it. All right, let's split some labor. Ajala, you work on the Plateau speech. Sika can look at it when you're done.
Me? What? No, I'll do it.
You could work with Bello.
What?
Good work, guys. I think we've got to get on the move.
Where's Amina?
She's gone to the family house.
You know we have to show just the happy family, all right? We can't play on that one here.
She's going to be by my side throughout today.
And Numa, I think you make a great president, really, and I think Just knows that.
Thank you, Shegun.
Well, the meeting was worth it now. Well, if we strategize all night and in 2 days we have the whole of Port Harcourt voting for me, then it was worth it, isn't it?
Yeah, it's worth it because you're headed for, or we are headed for Asirok, and there would never have been a president like you. That girl, how old is she?
She said 17.
17? Does she look it?
She looks 17. She also looks 20. You never know with all these people. 17 seems to work for them. So let me see. Boma people had an illegitimate child at what? 29? A whole bunch of lies. You have to give them credit for that. But they cannot prove anything.
Boma, it is not about them proving anything. It's just that 20 days to election will certainly don't need a girl propping up and telling the whole world that you're her mother.
Well, at least I know who I'm dealing with here.
Oh yeah, you see, we have all decided that we will not let that man come into our campus.
Oh yes.
You see, we all heard what he said at the University of Plateau, that Islam should be made the official religion of the nation. These are the kind of people that cause disunity in our country, and we don't want him on our campus. Full stop!
But I didn't say that.
That is not in my speech. They must have misunderstood something.
Are you sure you didn't say anything to anyone apart from the speech?
I did not. Well, I chatted with some students and I...
Oh no.
As we were leaving the hall, a young man asked why I felt indirect rule was so successful in the north as opposed to the south.
I remember.
What did you say?
I said Islam supports a culture of submission to authority, and I think that singularly worked for the peace of the state during the colonial rule.
What's wrong with that answer?
It's subject to misunderstanding. It can be interpreted like this. Islam worked for peace in the colonial era, so why don't we give it a shot today?
But that's nonsense. Whoever would read the meaning to that, it's an innocent statement like that, was looking forward to being offended in the first place.
Have you seen the TV? Whether they're looking for it or not, they are offended.
What did they say she looked like?
She looks 18. Well, she also looks like Boma.
18 is not good at all. The public will believe an innocent-looking teenager and we'll all be in soup. Oh, Jesus, it's a PR nightmare. Just go hypertensive.
You think this could be true?
Of course it's not true. Oh, come on. Let's do the arithmetic, yeah? Boma's first son is almost the same age as this little girl, yeah? So does it mean that the Boma that we know gave birth to this child when she was married and threw her away? Oh, come on now. The story doesn't hold water.
But though the public will not be doing that arithmetic, when the story breaks, they will only believe what they've heard.
I don't know what to do.
Let's concentrate on solutions right now. We still want to win this election, don't we?
Pre-publicity.
Please speak English.
All right. This young talkback is threatening us, right? Yeah. And if Boma doesn't do what these guys say and back down on anti-corruption, she goes to the press in 3 days.
2 days. She said 3 days yesterday.
Just great.
Yomi, just go on. Just go on.
She's going to Nenex tomorrow to say that Boma is a mother. Now we can go on there early and say tomorrow.
And say what? Boma Peppo and her little daughter coming to a TV near you?
No, we focus on Boma, the loving, caring mother of two. Pump that image into the public, extending that damage control before the damage even happens.
Please. What the damage? How do we stop this from happening?
Yesterday we were dealing with a pregnancy. Today it's a 17-year-old. Isn't it just an exciting job that we have?
Yomi, you can always go back to fine art. You know that, don't you?
I know that.
In 1989, I was at the Science and Technology Fair at the Tafawa Balewa Square in Lagos. There, I saw a prototype, a very workable prototype of a totally made in Nigerian car. And I said to myself, I'll be the first to buy it if it was ever made. Till today, I have not bought it. You know why? Because it never went beyond that stage. Recently, a Nigerian doctor talked about having discovered a cure for AIDS. Till today, we have not seen that medicine in Nigeria. Maybe we never will. Or maybe we'll hear that doctor making the same drug for a corporation in Europe. Nigerians are one of the most intelligent people in the world. I have seen a Nigerian that makes one of the world's fastest supercomputers. I have seen a Nigerian that makes robots for NASA. Nigerians are in all kinds of businesses, successful all over the world. I find it quite shocking that talented Nigerians who are seeking to establish high-tech, high-growth businesses are unable to do so because they have no access to the necessary capital. It is time that we give the Nigerian mind wings to fly. Yes! At the head of our agenda is the provision of internal security and infrastructure to create the right environment for businesses to grow. In addition, my government will set up the Venture Capital Fund to provide capital for potential businesses and entrepreneurs. What is Venture Capital Fund? It is a form of a long-term investment for startup companies and growing businesses. The banks lend you money for your businesses. Venture capital invests in your business, and it works with your management by contributing its experience to enable the business grow. By the time your business is strong enough to stand on its own, venture capital pulls out to let you continue. With the success of the Venture Capital Fund, we will encourage more organizations to go into venture capital provision by providing tax cuts and other forms of incentives. And you know, the effect of all this? Nigerians who have been exploding with ideas will finally find the opportunity to pursue them. Subsequently, this will lead to the creation of jobs and wealth and prosperity for our people. Yay! It must not stop at clapping, my people. If you want the government that will provide these opportunities for you, you must do your duty. Come election day, we must all go out to vote a government that will take us to the future. Opportunity! For the people! Opportunity! For the people! Opportunity! For the people!
You're not up there.
Praying for Port Harcourt. How is he doing?
He's going to be president. The Niger Deltas don't need an increase in federal allocation, but a sense of belonging to the Nigerian state. They're quoting the manifesto word for word.
Yep.
That's new. What happened to Mr. Creative?
He's writing a speech.
Okay, so what's the problem? Writer's block or just not feeling the words? Don't you think that the people of Niger Delta need an increased sense of belonging in...
More than the Yorubas, or the Igbos, or the thieves, or the Hausas. I think what the Niger Deltans need is to get off their butts and work like everyone else. Don't worry, I'll put that in my speech.
How can you talk like that? You're from Niger Delta.
And as a Niger Deltan, I'm tired of hearing about you two do nothing with their lives but kidnap oil workers. Okay, let's talk about the tribal wars, for example. The Yorubos and the Ijos, the Shekiris. Are they fighting because they are marginalized or they don't have a sense of belonging?
Nigerians have marginalized Niger Deltas for years. Sucked their oil, ruined their environment and left them poor. Is that fair? That's why you have so many angry people there.
Shegun, Nigeria is a collection of marginalized, angry people. Isn't that one of the reasons we're doing this? Remember?
You're not getting to the root of the problem. I did my youth service in Niger Delta. I know what goes on there exactly.
Shegun, I was born there.
Maybe you've been away from home for too long. Maybe you should visit again. Anyway, I'm off to the press conference. I'll catch you guys in like an hour or so. Try not to be biased in your speech, okay?
I'm a professional, thank you.
I want to once again clarify that Umar Badung did not at any time make a statement supporting the induction of Islam as a national religion. My candidate believes in the freedom of religion, and he is not an advocate of any religion being adopted as a state's religion. This is a misunderstanding that we're working at clearing up. Yes. Questions? Go ahead.
Do you have any proof to show that Umar is not guilty of the remarks?
Well, we're working at securing proof, but I believe you should ask Obuayi or Samson that same question.
What questions do you suggest we ask?
Where's his proof of what he's accusing Umar of? That's your assignment for today. Umar Badung wishes to use this opportunity to remind Nigerians of their duty come election day. It's our responsibility to choose the next leader of our great nation. We owe it to ourselves, our children, and our children's children. Good day, ladies and gentlemen.